Okay. This one's a weird one. This one is a weird one. Well, it's weird in the sense that what I've noticed is that liberals, or people who are, whatever they want to call themselves, people are moving away from the liberal label. But that doesn't mean that they've gained any sense at all. They still have a lot of the same traits. This guy came by, made a derogatory statement about the Donalds, something stupid like he should be in jail or whatever. So I asked him if he would like to debate, and he, of course, this ensued. What struck me here is the fact that this guy's a mortician and how emotional he was. Seemed kind of odd to me, but it shows how deep the brainwashing you can get once we get into the forbidden topic here. But what he said when I brought up Alex Jones was just as good as what that woman said that put me on the map that wanted to kill Alex Jones. He said the same thing. So that triggered me. That's when this went downhill fast. Because of, so, it's not that I carry a torch for Alex Jones. I love the guy. I love the show. Like the fact that, he had the courage to get out there and do what he does. And he's catching flack for it now. And he knew that he would do that. Anybody that, hell, Jesus Christ knew he'd be nailed to a cross. Come on. But, this guy goes, you can see, it's just, I'll break in from time to time, because this one is just riff, as short as it is, it's riff with oh my God, what is this guy doing now? Where is he going? Of course, I go off the rails. I mean, this guy triggered me. So, we'll point out where I go bad, too. So, anyway, this is an interesting one. It is certainly a view into the social programming that they have out there, and what kind of an effect it can have on otherwise intelligent people. So, here we go. I love this. Where are you from?
Ohio.
Ohio? Great. What do you do there?
I'm retired.
From?
A mortician.
You're a mortician? You were fired from mortician, really?
I still am. 44 years.
Oh, great. People are dying to get in that business, I understand. How many mortician jokes are there, right?
Yeah. Last one to let you down, never see the same face twice.
So, what you just on vacation, I guess?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Came down here. We like it.
Yeah, I call it the home of the alcoholic Peter Pans.
That's a good one. I like that.
I've been here for 40-odd years now, and it hasn't affected me yet. I'm all right. So, I take it you're not a big fan of the Donald?
No, I'm not.
Okay. There's a question, of course, coming up right now that the left seems to be having problems with, and maybe you can help me out with this.
All right, I'll see. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't like this idea left and right, because who's conservative? He's just added $1 trillion to our debt. There's nothing conservative about him. He's been a liberal Democrat his whole life.
And how do you see yourself? Where do you fall?
I'm moderate.
A moderate what?
Moderate independent.
Okay. All right.
I'm not for. I think both parties.
Yeah, so in other words, you'd be
pissed.
You remember the piss party?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. All right. Of course, the previous president, he added quite a bit to he also doubled the national debt.
Well, no, the previous president before him is the one putting all the wars on the credit card.
Yeah. The fact that this guy would just skip right over Obama and go straight to Bush tells me that he's about as moderate as Chairman Mao. Yeah, so, you know, I not that I can't argue with them. Yeah, I think Bush was bullshit too. Absolutely, the wars were crap. And who kept them going for 8 years? The guy that said he was going to stop them but didn't? I read, you know, yeah. So this started the triggering. Because I immediately saw this, well, this guy, you know, he ain't moderate. This guy's a liberal to the marrow.
Mr. Bush.
Oh, so Obama did not add anything to the...
Well, he did, but he didn't have a Congress that worked with him on anything.
Oh, he didn't. When he first got in, he had, just like Trump does, he had the Congress and the Senate on his side.
You're right.
Yeah, he also had the media on his side and the deep state and just about everything that Trump has against him on his side, and still didn't get anything done, but still this guy got... Yeah, I guess he did, but, you know, it's no big deal.
And now we're looking at it in this past election, because it is blatantly obvious, right, that he has the meat was against Trump. I mean, they're all left.
Well
oh, no, please allow me to finish. You cannot deny that Silicon Valley is left. The head of Twitter just came out today and said, yeah, I got to admit, well, we're left. And of course, then there's the testimony of Zuckerberg before Congress saying, yes, we're decidedly biased left. So, and of course, then we're looking at the censorship, and this is my question.
Okay, this is where I want to gain back control of myself, hopefully, and the conversation, because I wanted to guide it back towards the main topic of the day. Is the most important thing that I can think of is the attack on the First Amendment, and the question I have up there. I kind of probably know where this guy's going to go with this, and he didn't disappoint. Didn't expect he'd go as far as he did, though, and then, of course, that triggered me even more.
Because the censorship of the left that has come up, 97% of anything right of center, has been taken down or dramatically reduced, so you can't view it. I mean, they just took down PragerU. Are you familiar with PragerU?
No.
Oh, this is like professors that get on there and like it's a class.
Well, I agree, most professors. That has nothing to do with it.
But this is a more, like you say, in between. I mean, there's not left or right. These people just are like give like 7-8 minute snippets of things that make sense. It's more common sense, kind of like parables. I mean, it's like Melba-toast compared to, let's say, Alex Jones. Are you familiar with Alex Jones?
Yes, I think he should be decapitated.
Well, there wasn't any hope of me keeping my cool, which would have been the best thing to do in this instance, but of course, then I wouldn't be me. But yeah, really, he should be decapitated. Interesting. Yet this guy believes he's a moderate. Now remember, he's a moderate. This is a moderate, independent, like Bernie.
Why?
Because he's a fucking liar and he's making money off of conspiracy theories. And people are, you know, when the guy brought the gun for Pizzagate, that bullshit.
So you're anti-First Amendment?
No, it's not First Amendment. I'm anti where it's total bullshit.
There's so many places where this guy's wrong. The First Amendment was made to protect bullshit. And of course, I'm going to ask the obvious question here.
No, well, who decides that?
Well, it's conspiracy theories.
Notice he doesn't answer the question here. What? Oh, notice that. Conspiracy theories. Watch, this is stupid.
Okay, Sandy Hook didn't happen, huh?
As a matter of fact, I spoke to a police, a man who trains at the police academy here, in northern Louisiana,
Yeah.
who was 10 years military intelligence, 10 years at the academy. When I brought up Sandy Hook, the first 2 words out of his mouth were complete hoax.
Well,
Now, I would ask you to look up, and we could do this now, and I will give you money to do it. We will look up a man called Wolfgang Halbig. Have you ever heard of him?
I may have, but I'm not sure.
Wolfgang Halbig was a retired expert in school safety, 25 years in the business. He wrote books, testified in 1,000 cases, Columbine. His opinion was taken as fact. He was a former school principal and a former state trooper, and then became 25 years a leading expert in school safety. He's in Florida. When Sandy Hook happens and he goes, I volunteer my service, like if you need me, I will be happy to go ahead and assist. He doesn't get a call, response, or anything. So he finds this odd and he starts looking at Sandy Hook and he goes, wait, everything I taught for 25 years is not being followed here. I don't see any just standard procedures are not being followed. So he starts asking questions, making phone calls, contacting people. He gets a knock on the door, all right? 2 homicide detectives. If you don't stop asking questions about Sandy Hook, we're going to be investigating your murder. So he goes up to Sandy Hook. He's been up there 20-something times with his lawyers. He confronted the school board. He says, look, this is who I am. These are my credentials. You can really see who I am, and I'm an open book here, right? There are 16 questions here I would like answered. Why was this procedure followed, this procedure? These are all standard operating procedures in cases like this I've worked in for 25 years. Why weren't they followed? And can you answer these questions? Come back the next day, we'll give you your answers. He goes back the next day, the entire office is surrounded by burly police saying to him and his wife, what are you smiling for?
because this is one man's opinion, and he puts
You can see what went wrong here. He took me off the main objective, the prime objective there, which is getting him to defend his censoring, regardless of what Alex Jones might say or anybody else. Who was he to arbitrate or anybody else and say what is a conspiracy theory, what is it, and what does it matter? I mean, if a guy wants to say that, there are little green men cropping out bricks in his front yard, hey, that's fine. Get up there and say it. I mean, nobody has to listen to it or believe it, but you certainly have the right to say it. But, of course, I went off on my tangent trying to show how brilliant I was about, the anomalies of Sandy Hook. And, again, we're talking about this guy as like he's a mortician. I wouldn't think he'd get so, so caught up in the sentimentality or the emotion of Sandy Hook, which he winds up doing. But all in all, he dragged me off point, and I tried to drag it back, but it was too late by then.
What bullshit, buddy? I'm telling you the truth. If there's the police say you cannot come in, you're disruptive. He just got evidence that, along with Alex Jones, because they're suing, right? Counter-suing. This is beautiful. Because now that people that know of the hoax are opening up, and he's got evidence that Sandy Hook wasn't even open at that time. The food that was supposed to be delivered to Sandy Hook, it was delivered, and he's got the invoices. He's got the proof.
I've got the funeral homes that buried all the kids.
You got shit. You've never seen a child.
Okay, right.
Look up Derek Posey. You got nothing, pal. All you got is innuendo and emotion.
When they find this guy laundering money for some...
Yeah, and you're a First Amendment hater. You don't even know what the First Amendment's about. It's about people like Alex Jones. You're an abomination, sir. Well, that was fun.
So there you have it. It's a strange one. I thought it'd be a strange one. I mean, this guy is obviously completely socked into the brainwashing Oh, God, if only every TV in the world could go ahead and just blank out, it'd be a great thing, wouldn't it? Because, boy, oh, boy. Well, that's it, kiddies. That's all the IQ-lowering BS I can throw today. I still need your help, of course. You know, if you like this video and like what I'm doing here and would like to support me, you know the routine, of course. Like it, share it, and then you can go to my webpage, which I need to go do some work on, and hit that shop button and get one of my badass designs and walk around and trigger liberals and, you know, further the cause by ruining their day. So that's it. Till next time, I shall see you on the streets.